Kendall is that party live wire. Kendall has a smile that will make anybody who is having a bad day just cheer up. He's incredible. He is so positive. And my God, when Kendall puts up his mind that he wants to do something, he gets it done. I have seen him transform. I have seen him go from just being somebody who was, trying to basically do what's best for him and actually even excel at that.
She's not gonna have a choice because I'm for real now. Like, I'm serious. Like, she gonna shoot me down. She gonna be like, get out of here, whatever. But pretty soon it's gonna come to where, because I'm serious. Like, I'm not. I'm tired of playing games.
Believe it or not, he, based off of all the backstory, everything that he, everything that he went through with his kids, even everything that he went through with his wife, his ex-wife, he was still doing better by his kids than my experience. Holidays, they was always together. They was all, all the kids he raised, all the kids, like him and her, they had all the kids together. Yeah. And he made sure.
And I kept that going. I did.
And he paid child support. When I came, he had paid all his back child support. I didn't get no child support, so I was like, "You paid child support? Like, you might
paid it all?
Yeah, like you paid off your child support." But I was like, "Shh, man, listen, that's a good dad. That's a good." Like, I'm over here putting him down. He got a house. He a homeowner. Yeah. He had more stuff than what I had experienced.
Yeah.
And I only had one son. So I was just like, well, you got a nerve to be putting him down. He doing better than you. Like, he's managed to, be in a marriage. I mean, and it, it was rocky, but they made it work. And I'm like, you got to give him some credit, because I divorced. I pieced out. And, we had different experiences, but based off of his backstory and the things that he had been through, I was just like, wow, like, and you was dealing with, addiction and all that. And I mean, not that I was jealous, but I thought that was very, I thought he was strong. He didn't abandon not one of his children. He was there for all his kids. And I was just like, wow, like,
I still needed a woman. I wish I
had that kind of baby daddy.
I still needed a woman.
He is a family man. He loves his family. He loves his children. And there is no way that anybody can be a better dad than him. He has, I believe it's 12 children. And all of them, he makes sure that they're all taken care of. They're all doing very well. And of course, Karen is also an amazing mom to Joey. So, amazing couple, blended family, and how beautiful they are together. And they are very, very diligent. And then
he was building this house, and he would bring me by here, but I just was looking at the house like, oh, this is a nice house. I'm glad you and your kids can move on. This is a really nice house, like, So then the day he moved into this house is when he decided, he wanted me to be involved, because I guess he didn't want me to be involved.
Yeah, I asked her. They asked me to come and pick out like the towel and carpet and so and so. So I was like, well, I just want. What if I ask her?
And I went.
And I asked her to meet me at the carpet towel place. Like,
and I was show like, me what stupid. Why do you want me to be here?
And she actually I watched her and she started looking like, oh, this is nice.
But I did not pick it out for myself. Had I known, I was picking out for myself. But I was picking out whatever he wanted.
But that was part of my plan, like, to let her know, like,
I wasn't even thinking. Never crossed my mind. So then in the morning that he moved, that he closed on the house and he was moving in, he was like, "Can you meet me over at the house?" And I was like, "I got work." And he was like, he wanted me to put the lining. I didn't even meet the kids for real. He wanted me to put the lining in the drawers. I was like, he's like, that's your wife. Like, I got my own house. I ain't trying to do all that.
Yeah.
And I came over, and then he, wanted me to help with move stuff. And I was like, he's acting so weird. Like, I want to go home. Like, this is a nice house, but I really want to go home.
And she did.
I
And
really
we went to
wanna go
this
home.
restaurant in Bexley.
We decided to meet here, and you said, I think I'll be ready to be married. No, you didn't ask me to marry you. You said,
No,
I think I'll be ready for marriage in about 2 to 3 years.
No, I didn't say I think I'll be ready. I was ready for marriage. I just thought like that's what you're supposed to do is go like about 2 to 3 years
2 to 3
before.
years, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just thought that's what it takes to make it right. And I was willing to wait 2 or 3 years but then you said,
No, I wasn't there.
you're like, I'm not waiting.
I'm not waiting. Yeah, and I wasn't saying like, no, like I want to get married now. I was thinking, I'm almost 50. I don't have 2 years to be engaged to somebody. Plus,
Yeah, that's true.
I just didn't want to be having like a bunch of sex and not being married. Like I was like, yeah, no, I can't see myself doing that.
I just thought that's how it goes. I just thought you had to, in order to be married right. And in order
you had to wait.
Yeah, I
You
thought
never
people
thought.
like they get engaged and they plan the wedding and it takes like a year and a half, 2 years. I was like, so probably in about 2 or 3 years we can go ahead and do that. It was like 2 to 3 years. Like I'm not
couldn't
waiting
wait.
until. I was like, okay, well, we can do it now. And we had finished eating and we was walking out. She was going to her car, I was going to mine. And I was like, listen, I like you a lot. Actually, I love you. And, I'm thinking we could probably get married. And, just think if we just, we can date, go to the movies for about 2 more years. She's like, Kendall, I'm not waiting 2 years for nobody. I'm like, she's like, if I'm going to get married, And I was like,
I'm almost 50. I don't have 2 years to wait to marry nobody. I mean, I'm like, I don't have to get married to you. Like, if you don't want to get married, I don't want to be bothered with somebody who's not interested in being married.
Yeah, and I promise that was the first time God said, "You gotta marry right now." I was like, okay. And when she said, "I ain't waiting 2 years," I was like, okay, we're gonna get married right now.
You said, how long would you wait?
Yeah, I was like, how long would you wait? And she was like, I'm not waiting. I was like, okay, well, let's get married now. And I was like, oh. Oh, no, I didn't say that. And she was like, and when I got in the car, I was like, what in the hell did I just say or do? Because when we walked our separate ways, it was like, oh, we're getting married. And I was like, oh, hell no, this ain't. But that was the first time I actually heard from God. He's like, you gotta marry her now. Like, you can't, like, you gotta marry now. I was like, okay, but you can't wait 2 years. All right, well, let's do it now.
Marriage counseling. Marriage is not about just saying I do and to death do you part. It's more to that. Marriage is actually a symbol of the Godhead, which is God the Father, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. So it actually represents the Trinity. So when you look at a marriage in the natural, it's the wife, it's the husband, and Christ. That's the Trinity. So when we start seeing marriage from a biblical perspective, it saved us from a lot of fights, a lot of disappointments, a lot of hurt, a lot of grievance. I didn't have to step out and try to find something better. She was my better, and always has been because we're one. But marriage counseling helped us to center our focus on Christ, not on me being a better husband, a better father. Because if I'm trying to be better for her, then I'm going to fail. Because I don't know what her expectations were. So through the word, we were learning to meet his needs, which met our needs.
And so some of the things that we did with Karen and Kendall was just making sure, since it was both their second marriage, we wanted to make sure that they were actually ready to enter into this marriage from God's perspective. And so that's kind of like we were with them for like about 8 weeks, I think, just kind of walking through with them, just different things that, I mean, they have a blended family. So those were some of the things that we had to talk about. Had to talk about how they were going to join their finances together. Yeah. So these are some of the things that we walked through with them in the course of the 8 weeks. More than that, but it's just knowing that, this person is the right person for me.
I was happy. I was like, it's cool now. It's all I worked, all the work I put in myself and towards marrying you. That was one of the reasons I I wanted to be with you as well because I knew, like, if I'm married to you, I have to be on the straight and narrow. You know, like which I wanted to be. I'm not gonna say that, but I am, you know. But I knew with you, I wasn't gonna have a choice, and I was like, that's what I really want.
Because of your past, I felt like you were healed. Like you were healed in that you wanted to be better for yourself. It wasn't, I didn't, you know, I'm like, I don't know, you know, we all humans. I can't trust you to do something. You can't really trust me to do something. The only thing you can do is, you know, trust that God got you covered. Yeah. And you were doing, not only did I believe you were healed, but I seen you do the work. Like you worked, you like, you know, like growing your relationship with God and just making sacrifices and just growing in different areas, and which was very impressive to me because I was just like, okay, he gotta be my leader. He gotta know how to, you know, how to listen to God, how to, you know he made a mistake and repent and turn around and do it again. So you had all those qualities of, you know, taking care of yourself. Because when I said I do, I'm like, oh God, he gotta take care of me. Like, can he take care of me?
I said that too. Like, oh my God, I gotta take care of it. Oh my God, I gotta take care of it. But that's what I wanted. Remember, you always say, like, I wanted somebody, and I did. I wanted somebody. I mean, not that I had to take care of you like that, but I mean, like, just that I had to be responsible for, that I had to be attended to. Like, that's what I wanted, and I knew you would require it.
I needed it.
Yeah, and I knew you required it. Like, I knew you wasn't even gonna go for none of my nothing. It was hard for me to, but I knew that's what I wanted all along. I knew that's what I wanted. And when I seen you, when I just seen a picture of you, I was like, oh, that's the one I wanted. And so that's who I'm happy with. I got some work to do, but I'm ready. Yeah, and I'm still working. You're right about that.
It takes a lot of.
Ain't no doubt. Wow. Yeah, so this is what. Oh, I'm sorry too. I'm happy sad.